Hello everybody, welcome back to Serena's Kitchen. Today is Cuban night. I'm making Cuban sandwiches and tostones with an ajo dip. That's garlic in Spanish. But I can't have cheese. Cuban sandwiches without cheese? Guess what? It's possible and it's still delicious. Unfortunately, like a lot of you, I can't have much dairy. Milk, cheese, cream cheese, yogurt, but I can have butter, which is a good thing because what I'm doing today, we're using butter. Everything tastes better with butter. So you shall see how well a Cuban sandwich can taste without cheese. So ready? Let's get started. All right, let's go over the ensemble of a Cuban sandwich. Technically, Cuban bread is normally made for Cuban sandwiches, but don't stress if you cannot find Cuban bread. Unless I go to an actual Spanish deli, I just use regular Italian bread. Italian bread and a Cuban sandwich, is that great? And also too, roast pork, pernil in Spanish, ham. You can use any kind of ham, Virginia ham, honey ham. Sometimes I like to use honey ham or whatever, low sodium ham. Ham is one of the ingredients. I make a garlic paste, pickles, garlic butter, and of course the traditional Swiss cheese. Now remember, I'm going to make it without the cheese, even though I'm going to make it with the cheese also because my family loves the cheese, but this time, for this demonstration, I'm going to show you that we're not going to use the cheese right now. All right, so let's get started. Let's start off with the bread. Now, I'm going to cut it in half because one side will be with cheese, one side will be without cheese. Okay, let's do the without cheese first because that's what I like. And now, sometimes there's a lot of bread in the middle here. You don't have to, but I sometimes just take a little bit of this thickness because I don't want to taste all bread. I want to taste the meat. So just take a little bit of the bread out of the center, just a little. And now I do my garlic butter, and I'm using a panini press. Take a little butter and smear it on the inside. I like my inside toasted just as much as the outside. So actually, I'm going to put this flat down on the panini press just to toast the inside of the sandwich before I fill it with the meat and the pickles. So let's get this going. And I also like to use a little oregano just to give it a little flavor on the inside, just a little, and lay it flat like this. Again, I want it to toast on the inside first. So we're going to wait a few seconds and then we're going to fill the sandwich. All right, let's see how well it toasted. Oh, hot. That's perfect. Perfect. It's not too toasted, but I can smell the garlic coming out of this. It's going to be so good. Okay, let's assemble this sandwich. We have the pernil, the roast pork. I'm going to put a little bit of that on here first. And then the pickles. Now I left the pickles sitting in the pickle juice to keep it nice and juicy. So we're just going to put the pickles here. I love these pickles because they're a little sweet. So with the savoriness of the garlic and the roast pork plus the sweetness of the pickles makes it really good. Now let's have the ham. And then another row of the pernil, the roast pork. And a few more of these pickles. Okay, so we have the last of the pickles on. Just a little bit of the pickle juice. Close it up. All right, so now I'm going to spread the garlic butter on top of the bread here. I made the garlic butter. All I did was chopped up some minced garlic, mixed it in with some butter, and that's all there is to it. And the flavor, the smell of the garlic is just delicious. All right, so now I'm gonna put it in the grill, in the panini press. Okay. Hear that sizzle? Just for a little tip, if you do not have a sandwich press, you can use a frying pan or a griddle pan. Put the sandwich down, oil it with some olive oil or butter. Cover this with foil, the sandwich. If you have a tea kettle, fill it with water to make it heavy. Hold it down like this and press down hard for a few seconds, and then you can let it go and walk away. And if you do not have a tea kettle, you can use a pot or anything heavy just to press down. And remember that this will give the same effect as a sandwich press. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, so now let's get started with the tostones. Okay, so now for the tostones, the green plantano, not the yellow ones. This is how the best way to, because you can't peel it like a banana. You take a sharp knife and you go down the middle of the tostone, because the skin is very tough. And then after that, you just peel the skin away. And remember, the skin is thick, so it's going to take a few minutes and some good strength. All right, once you peel the skin off, like I said, it's very tough, so you have to take your time. You're going to cut the tostones like this. About maybe an inch thick. Okay, now we're going to bring it over to the stove. Oh, let me check my Cuban sandwich. You could hear it sizzling. Oh wow, that looks really good. I think I'm going to turn it over before I go over to the stove. Perfect. That smells really good. I can smell the garlic and oh, it just smells so good. Okay, now let's bring the tostones over here and fry them up. All right. Okay, in my pan, I have about a little more than a third of olive oil and about a tablespoon of butter, because that's what I use to fry my tostones. And it's not really deep fried. It's like a shallow type of fry. And let's add them to the hot grease. Be very careful, of course. I'm gonna put about 4 because you don't want to overcrowd them because of the next step. Now these have to fry, get brown on one side, then I turn them over on the other side, and I'll show you how the next step to do to make them flat. Okay, after they are cooked on both sides of the tostones, you take it out because you're going to refry it. Take it out, use anything that's easy to use, and make them flat. I just use the back of a cup because I don't really have a tostones press, which is fine. Then after you flatten them, you're going to put them back in the oil and you're going to refry them just for a few minutes. Not even that long. Maybe about a couple of seconds on both sides. Let's turn one over. All right, my Cuban night is all set. The tostones came out perfect. Just sprinkle a little salt on them and a little bit of salt in the garlic dip. And now let's try the sandwich first. Look at that beauty. And no cheese. I can hear the music. Oh yeah, mama. Delicious. Oh my gosh. So good. Tostone. Dipping in the garlic. Crunchy. on the outside, tender on the inside. I'm in heaven, a Cuban sandwich without cheese, still flavorful. So now, Cuban night is about to begin. Thanks for joining me. See you soon.